Perseverance needed when you are running a government. 2023 began with diplomatic turmoil for the Liberals, with accusations of foreign interference. Then came the war in Gaza. As CTV's Judy Trin tells us, global crises have disrupted the government's ability to deal with its own domestic troubles.
Trudeau, bring them home.
It's been a tough year for the Trudeau government, and part of the reason it's been tough is that they haven't been able to control the agenda.
2023 began with foreign interference in the air. A Chinese spy balloon was tracked in North American airspace for a week, then shot down by the U.S.
Canadians continue to have questions.
But Prime Minister Justin Trudeau couldn't deflate allegations of political interference as quickly.
He won't answer even whether his party received illegal money directly from the foreign dictatorship in Beijing.
On the day U.S. President Joe Biden arrived in Ottawa for his state visit, Chinese meddling claimed a political casualty.
The truth will protect us. Our honor and our family will get through this together.
Han Dong quit the Liberal caucus to clear his name. Dong is suing Global News over allegations he advised Beijing to detain the two Michaels, Spavor and Kovrig, for longer. Then in May, the government expelled diplomat Zhao Wei over reports he tried to intimidate a conservative MP. Analysts say it's not enough.
In terms of the impacts on Canadian citizens and diaspora communities, we haven't seen a lot of action there, and certainly we've not seen any criminal prosecutions for foreign interference on this soil so far.
The government appointed former Governor General David Johnston to investigate, a plan that fell apart in 3 months.
That the appearance of bias is so high that it erodes the work that the special rapporteur can do.
Johnston's ties to the Trudeau family and his refusal to call a public inquiry led to his downfall. Justice Marie-Josée Hogue will now preside over an inquiry to dig into an issue that took an ominous turn after the G20 summit and a delayed return to Canada caused by a broken plane. Trudeau, armed with information from the U.S., accused the Narendra Modi government of being involved in the murder of a Sikh activist.
Any involvement of a foreign government in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil is an unacceptable violation of our sovereignty.
In retaliation, Delhi expelled most of Canada's diplomats. Trade talks stopped. The government's Indo-Pacific strategy unraveled, along with plans to counterbalance China's influence.
If you're China and you want to send a message to the United States, pick on Canada, right? Same thing with India.
At the NATO summit, Trudeau also faced pressure after a leaked document revealed the Prime Minister told some allies Canada would not meet its 2% GDP NATO commitment.
The problem is that all of our allies in NATO, for instance, are spending more in defense. And why are they? Because the world is more dangerous. And it's a little bit like we're sleepwalking.
But Canada continues to support Ukraine's war effort, contributing more than $9.5 billion in military, economic, and humanitarian aid. Since Russia's invasion, Canada has also taken in 175,000 Ukrainians.
If Ukraine doesn't win, it's like a free ticket to Vladimir Putin and a signal to other more autocratic states that you can violate international borders with impunity.
In September, President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Ottawa to show his appreciation.
Ukraine and Canada are the same. We stand and we fight for life. Ukraine, not genocide, will be victorious in this war.
A picture-perfect moment ripped apart when the speaker unknowingly honored a 98-year-old veteran who fought with a Nazi unit during the Second World War.
This was a mistake that has deeply embarrassed Parliament and Canada.
It seems like this Liberal government and the issues that it has been dealing with has gone from controversy to controversy to controversy.
The most volatile issue broke out on October 7th when Hamas militants attacked Israel. After more than 2 months of war, Canada voted for a UN resolution calling for a humanitarian ceasefire. The decision to vote against Israel divided the Liberal caucus.
Hamas, which is a terrorist organization that has no obligation to follow international rules, will just do what it did again, and I can't live with that.
The turmoil overseas foreshadows more domestic instability to come.
There'll be Donald Trump and Joe Biden happening, which Canadians will take an interest in and has a material impact on us as a country. Ukraine will not be solved, the Middle East will not be solved, and people are still going to be struggling paying for the bills.
At a time when the Liberal minority government is seeking to bounce back from a double-digit drop in the polls, global crises continue to barge in. Judy Trin,